How's it going, everybody? It's Dustin here, and today I've got a special treat. I've got a lost auction video. So this auction is from 2022. I filmed it, so just a little backstory. If you want to fast forward to the next few minutes and get to the auction, go right ahead. But so a little backstory on the whole YouTube thing. So probably 3 years ago, I made a video or two. Like, the idea behind the channel was to do it over the farm and pumpkin patch. So I made a couple horrible videos and didn't go nowhere, so I stopped for a year. Then I did one video. Took another year off. Then when I left my job with the state, it was a year ago last July. Then after the pumpkin patch, a year ago right now, I started getting serious and doing it regularly. So the whole plan behind the channel was to do it about the farm, which isn't really how it's turned out. I've always liked auctions, but with the way where I worked at, I worked Monday through Friday. I really wasn't going to an auction really. So I just didn't for a long time. Well, 2 years ago, I went to this auction, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't been to an auction as good as this one since. It was one of those I'm not gonna say once in a lifetime, once every couple year auctions. It was, for the stuff I like, it was an amazing auction. I only wish I'd have had $20,000 to spend that day, because it was one of those days. It was really, really good stuff for what I like, and it was cheap. But you can only do what you got. So most of the commentary is pretty bad. I was not doing much. At the time, I wasn't doing no YouTube. And I was scrolling through my phone the other day, and I found this stuff. I didn't even know I still had it. The only reason I'm making this video is because it had some really cool stuff, and I bought some really cool stuff. So I thought you guys might enjoy it. So don't be too hard on me on the commentary, because it's pretty rough, and I didn't really video that much. So anyway, we'll play that footage right now. How's it going, everybody? I'm at one of my favorite places on planet Earth to go to, and that is farm auction. And we got some good stuff up for sale today, so I'm gonna show you a few things I'm interested in, and we'll see how it goes. Got some cool little white semis. This one here is actually a rollback. Be pretty handy. Another old white. Been a while since this stuff has seen the light of day. This right here is the main thing I'm after today. This Model T for the pumpkin patch. And I think it would be absolutely killer. We'll see though. We'll see if we can get it bought for a decent price. But we're gonna sure try. Good looking old deer here with steel wheels. There's like 70 vehicles here, so this is just a small smidgen. But it's got some good stuff. I sure hope we can get that Model T. Rats have been living in here for a couple days. There's an old Cutlass. Chevette, Boy, it's been a while since I've seen one of those. That Beetle's been through a little bit of a rough life. We just got all kinds of goodies here today. An old Mack cab over. Pretty cool GMC there. Another Mack cab over. Ford. We just got all kinds of goodies. I guess this guy used to have a scrapyard. This S&S Metals at some point. Apparently he never got rid of anything he had either, so. A couple of these look like they had some interesting beds on them. Particularly this little Ford here. Now this is pretty cool. This is real cool. This might be on the try to purchase list. Them old cab overs they're too far gone for me to mess with. Whoo. Had some rats in it. It's got in it for motors. It's got a V8. Yeah, it's got a white block covered in rat crap. Little motor turnover. She's stuck. She's stuck. That's still a cool truck. That has a cool bed. Got some rod on the ceiling though, on the roof right there. I don't know, but that is a cool bed. Got all these trailers. Ton of farm equipment. Got pretty cool John Deere manure spreader I'm interested in. We'll go look at that real quick. Jeep don't look too rough. These old tractors have been through it all, it looks like. Here's this John Deere manure spreader, ground driven. Definitely interested in. Pretty rotted out though. Might be more interested in this one. It's not as rotted out. Got a pretty cool little cart here. Not really sure what it is, but pretty cool nonetheless. It's got a gas motor in it. No. Electric, I guess. Here's another manure spreader. Might look this one over better. It's PTO driven though, and I'd much rather have a ground driven. A few trailers. There's another old truck I might be interested in. Looks like another rollback. This old Cab Over International here. That's pretty cool. This red one here. Yeah, this is pretty cool. An old Rio, Diamond Rio. Pretty cool. Well, we're gonna go see what's happening down here in the rings, and I got some thinking to do. But that Model T Unless it goes stupid, it's coming home with me today. Well, it's the next day after the auction. We came home with some goodies. More than I bargained for, but we did not come home with the Model T. It was, they also had it on internet auction, and it started out higher than I was willing to go, but it was extremely cool. Wish we could have brought it home, but we got some good stuff. We got this Ford pickup here, or Ford 10.5. It's got a killer bed on it. Pretty excited about it. It's pretty nasty. This stuff hasn't been on the road. I think that's 1986. So picked up a little pallet jack. Also got this Jeep Wagoneer here. Pretty pumped about it too. Got to find some wheels for it. Factory AC. In pretty dang good shape for what it is. This is gonna be pretty cool. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. Whether or not I just get some wheels on and get it rolling, clean it up and sell it, or actually make a project of it. I know the motor's no good. The oil pan's in the floorboard, and it had issues at some point. But it definitely had issues, but it's cool. Real cool. So here's our last auction jewel. This early 60s Chevy bus. And it is cool as can be. It's got either 283 or 327 in it, which doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna pull it out and sell it, but I think we're gonna turn this into a chicken coop. It's it's scurvy. It's nasty. And inside ain't much better. Doors don't work very good. But here's the inside. Pretty gross. A lot of rat crap everywhere. There's rat crap in all of it. The bus, little shorty truck here. I'm pretty pumped about this little shorty truck. I don't know why, but that bed is really cool looking to me. So the plan to start out is going to be clean all these nasty things up, clean all the crap out of them, and just see what we've got to work with, see what's worth saving. I'm going to try my hardest to save all these things. The auction was a little disappointing. It was a great auction, don't get me wrong, but when you see the vast majority of the trucks that I showed you earlier in the video went straight to the scrapyard, it's pretty disgusting. But there's a GMC snub nose truck I showed you earlier in the video, and gorgeous looking truck, and guy loaded it up straight on his trailer, drove about 3 miles to the scrapyard and come back and loaded up another one to take to the scrapyard. And it was a cool truck that's now lost forever. So I'm gonna try my darndest to hopefully I can put this little shorty truck back on the road, and maybe even the Wagoneer. The school bus, it's not going to the crusher. It's going to be repurposed. So to me, that's all right. But to each their own. Maybe the engine will live on in something else, but it's not going to the crusher. People can still look at it, enjoy it. Well, it was a good auction. Like I said, I wish I did better, but like I said, I was like 5 videos deep in YouTube. I'm not very good now, but I really wasn't any good then. But there was some really, really, really cool. I didn't video a tenth of what was there. The guy had a junkyard at one point in time, and really cool stuff. And almost every single bit of it went to the crusher. The GMC truck I was talking about that I wish I would have bought, I'll show it to you right now. It's a 1957, and it was a gorgeous truck. Beautiful body lines, single axle. It'd have been a cool little truck. So what did I buy at that auction? I bought that 63 pickup, Chevy or Ford pickup. I believe it was a 63. Ford pickup with like, I want to call it like a welder bed. I don't know what kind of bed it was, but it was really cool. It was, someone had made it, and it was really a solid truck. It was really short. The whole truck had to have been custom because they didn't make them that short. I had plans, of course, to keep it and fix it up. Not real big plans, but when I didn't buy that GMC, I was looking at the GMC and this little one. So that's why I kind of pulled back on the GMC. I bid up to like $1,000 on that GMC and stopped. So then I went down to this Ford, and I got that Ford for $900. I took it home, I cleaned it all up, and I'll show you what it looked like when I sold it. So that's how it looked like when I sold it. I sold it to a guy who moves portable buildings, like a bunch of portable buildings. He wanted to take that truck, fix it up, and take it to trade shows and hook it up to like a portable building trailer or something for trade shows. I have no idea what happened to the truck, if that's what he ended up doing with it, but he bought it to fix up because it was so short, it looked like an old house mover. And it very well could have been an old house mover at one point in time. I don't know. The Jeep Wagoneer, I paid $700 for it. It was really pretty clean. Had a little rot to it, not bad. Motor work was gone. Had the oil pan was in the floorboard. I got it all cleaned up, put a set of wheels on it, and I'll show you how it looked when I sold it. So it went to Austin, Texas, I believe. Some people came up from, I believe, Austin, Texas, and bought that. Once again, I have no idea where it's at now. The school bus that I said I wasn't going to scrap, you guys remember, if you've been watching for a while, you'll remember this. So, school bus got scrapped. But I did pull the engine out of it, and I really expected it to have a 283 or a 327. Pulled the oil pan off of it because there was a bunch of those other trucks. I'll show them to you right now. The same guy bought 3 or 4 of those, 4 engines. Most of them had 427s, though. She bought all the Chevrolets that had 427s. He told me that's who I was bidding against on the bus, and he told me he wanted the engine out of it. So I got his phone number at the auction. I pulled the engine out, called him, and depending on what it was, how much he would pay me for it. So I pulled the oil pan off of it, cleaned it all up, and somebody had replaced the engine, and it was a 2-bolt main 350. But this guy was hardcore collector, and it was an early 350, and it was made the same month. He looked all the numbers up. That engine block was made on the same month and year as he was born. And he thought that was cool, and he still gave me like $400 for it. I think I paid $600 for the bus. Then, of course, we scrapped it. But I got a few other things at that auction. I got a 2-horse slant, or a 2-horse horse trailer with a ramp and divider and all that stuff. And tons of people use those for hauling show hogs and stuff. So I got it home, put 4 new tires on it, and here's what it looked like when I sold it. So everything, it's kind of funny. It was January of 23. So in a couple weeks, it'll be 2 years ago. And like all the vehicles I was driving, I don't own any of that stuff anymore. The little international semi, I've gotten rid of it. It's just funny how fast time flies. But it was a superb auction. You just don't see auctions with that many cool trucks. There was a 79 Ford, or 78 or 79, just like my dump truck, that was a rollback. 460, AC. I tried to buy it, and I just didn't have enough to get it bought. It was a cool truck. It would have made my life really easy, too, to have a rollback around here. But can't get it all. Like I said, I really wish I had better footage of that auction because it was an amazing auction. It's what got me rehooked back on auctions because everything I bought and everything I sold, I made a killing off of it. It was all really good stuff that I got at a good price and I sold for a good price. So that's what rehooked me and got me back going to auctions. And then, of course, I started making videos about the auctions. And I really like it. The auctions are a blast. So, while I was scrolling, I found a couple projects. Well, I found a project that I bought. And it took me forever to get this bought. And I had big plans for it. And I'll show it to you. $1969 Freightliner cab over, 300 Cummins, no transmission. I bought it from a diesel repair shop decades ago. It pulled through their shop. Transmission was bad. They pulled it out, and the people never come back for the truck. They abandoned it. So I've seen this truck for years sitting back in their lot. Finally got it bought. And I was starry-eyed for it. I like cab overs. I think they're cool. It's kind of one of those things, though. I think they're just cool in theory. Because once I bought it and I climbed up and down out of it a few times, I was done with it. Wasn't near as cool after you had to climb in and out of it. But I've always thought a cab over dump truck would be really cool looking. Maybe one of these days. So, I sold it. And this is what the guy came and picked it up in. So I believe that truck went to Arkansas. And that old boy was right, that was a 359 Pete, and he had put air ride front, air ride rear, had a, I think he had a 3406 cat in it. He had really customized that truck, and he ran that truck to, I think he told me Maine, all the way to Maine and back from Arkansas on a weekly basis. He'd haul chicken from Tyson out to a Taco Bell plant somewhere out there in Maine, I think. And then he would pick up seafood and bring it back and drop it off all the way back to Arkansas. Really cool guy. Now, when I was scrolling, I found a missed opportunity that I've always thought these trucks were cool. I guess you call it a truck. I don't know what you really call it. That is a Ford Centurion. Here's some pictures of it. 7.3 IDI automatic. I passed it like 4 miles from the guy's house. He sold it out from under. I was on my way to get it, and about 4 miles before I got to his house, I passed it. Someone had already bought it. So I haven't found. They are incredibly hard to find for a decent price. They're incredibly hard to find, period. You put a 7.3 IDI in them, even harder to find. And to find one that's affordable, next to impossible. But yeah, I passed it about 4 miles from the guy's house. He just sold it out from under me. And yeah, that sucked. So, well, I found that footage, and I thought that you guys would enjoy it. I enjoyed watching it again, just because I remember what all was there, and it was a fantastic auction. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next video.